Oops. Waiting for both streams to kick in here. Ramsey show over. Aftershow beginning. And we're live on both the YouTubes and the Twitches. And we will... Okay. The chat app thing. The Restream chat app disconnected. So I gotta log back in for some reason. Weird. Okay, let's reload that. Okay, so let's try that one more time. Got money. Problems, or just want to make sure that you're on the right track. There we go. Put my links in the chat. I'm trying again. And got two more of them. What up, Sid the Kid? Got my water here. And the Diet Coke bottle just to fool me. All right. Ready to sing, Sid? Episode, what episode is it today? It is 295. Coming up on the 300. We'll hit that next week. Listen for the drum taps. With all plans, it starts with... Alright, messed that one up. Didn't have it quite loud enough to hear the... Alright, hold on. Try it one more time here. Listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. Step two, you pay off all your debt. Step mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I don't host this after show. If you don't like the way that it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Now step 4 is when you can take a breath and go, let's go sailing in Vail. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I told you to host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do the baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. Links at the top of the chat and in the video description below. You can email me about anything, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can reach me on Instagram, Coach Steve Money. No spaces. Add me on the Grom. If you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that's paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alrighty. Okay, now I can get that drink. I was trying to take a drink during the song. There's no time. That's not the Deloney song where it has that long instrumental in the middle. How silly of me. Today's Ramsey Show was a new show once again, and the hosts were Dave Ramsey. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. What up, Maddie Bags? Well, I must have missed something, Maddie Bags. I don't know what you did or whatever. Must have missed part of it there. All right, so ready for the song? And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz for good advice that she learned in her youth. Talks about friends when she shows us how to be millionaires. Know yourself, know your money. Love your life, not theirs. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz mentioning Winston, mentioning Target. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz mentioning Winston, mentioning Target. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz mentioning Winston, ordering Teslas, and I guess that's why we all love Rachel Cruz. Yeah. Alrighty. Market report. Down day today after being up yesterday. AJ1 barely clipping me. Whoops. What happened there? Alright, no, that's the actual song was playing. For some reason, I have autoplay off normally. Wonder how it got open on that one vid. Alright, what was I saying? Oh yeah, down. But the least down today, NASDAQ, so you never know. That could mean that I can pull that one out. But normally on a down day, your winner is Troy Story, and so we'll see how he does in fantasy mutual funds, a fun game in which myself and some of the Ramsey chat regulars compare our actual mutual funds. There's like apps and stuff where you can play with your friends or against, I guess, the world by pretending to buy like individual stocks. I don't think they do funds. I think they do individual stocks on those. But so that's the dealio with that. So the NASDAQ, the least down, most down, Russell small cap, which doesn't need another down day. My personal small cap one is 20-some% down. Let's see. That's overall, not just for today, obviously. Dow Jones total market down negative 0.81%, and over 1% down, 1.08 is the S&P 500. Let's check out the upcoming earnings. Tomorrow morning we got Bilibili and Neo. I don't know what either of those guys do. DocuSign at 4:30. That's the company that does documents where you electronically sign them, although there's a bunch of other companies that do that as well. So we'll see how they do. And next week we got the Kroger, the Adobe, and I think the week after that, the 21st. Yes, the week after that, the 21st. Progressive Corporation doing some, I assume that's the insurance people there. Most followed single stocks today. Google owner Alphabet Inc. up 0.04%. Meta Platforms, which is formerly known as Facebook, 0.51%. And Tesla up 1.25%. So bringing up that NASDAQ a little bit. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. From Wall Street Journal, Tech's decade of stock market dominance ends for now. Sector's tumble is the worst since 2002. Value investors take a victory lap, and that would be what Troy Story has. And we've done a value fund. We've done a value fund story or two on the after show for a while, and it's just overall those are not that great when the market's up, but they are very good at being the least down when the market is down. And so overall it's pretty close, but I think in the most cases, if the market is going to be up and average that 10 to 12% a year, then the value, you're going to be losing money. But of course, the value funds, that's still better than not investing in anything. And so perhaps if you are a little bit less aggressive, and so you'll take the not as much wins to also get the not as many losses. But let's see, SP's information sector has dropped 20% in 2022 through Wednesday. It's the worst start to a year since 2002. And we talked about that, but like that stuff is in the NASDAQ as well. The tech stocks and the NASDAQ had beat the S&P the last 4 out of the 5 years. Last year, which was what, 2021, as I look at my calendar here on the old Windows. And so 2021, S&P 500 beat the NASDAQ for the first time, as I said, in 5 years. NASDAQ won the previous 4 years. So yeah, so Troy Story wouldn't have had a chance against me back then. But as you can see, there's that 20% loss that it's showing right there. Actually, that looks like even more. That looks like closer to 33 maybe for the NASDAQ. But what it's talking about is the tech sector within the S&P 500. Okay, the rest of the planet, Europe mostly down, Asia mostly up. So that's good news. Maybe good news for tomorrow. Currencies, euro up against the dollar, US dollar up against the Japanese yen, US dollar up against the British pound, love. US dollar up against the Canadian dollar, sorry. And the US dollar up against the Australian dollar, mate. No shrimp on the barbie. crypto, everything down except the Cardano. I know a guy that'll be happy about that. Still a lot down from the high there. And so, I mean, that's, you know, that's fine if you bought when it was, if you bought when it was there, great, all in the year. But then the problem is when it gets high like that, and when it's an unproven commodity, that's when you run into the trouble. And we do have a related story, semi-related to that coming up. But yes, Troy's story, you missed it. It was do. There you go. And I said because the NASDAQ is the least down, I may have. Oh, okay. You turn back to see that. Cool. Since the NASDAQ is the least down, I may have a shot against you, even though you have your value funds. And look what's right here, talking about the Wall Street Journal, tech decade of stock, the tech sector within the S&P 500 specifically, they're saying drop 20%. And where does it say? Value investors take a victory lap. Troy Story. Troy Story's clocks are off. That's not good. I have 6:18 in the Eastern Time. 6:19. Server time's already slowing down. It always does for some reason. Don't know why. What else we got? Taco Bell. This from Gizmodo. Taco Bell wants you to live Mas by shooting your Mexican pizza out of a tube. Taco Bell Defy officially opened in Minnesota, where you can order a Crunchwrap Supreme without having to speak to anyone. And so that's always good for the introverts. Let's see. Companies attempt to revolutionize drive-thru, though, opened this week. It's Taco Bell Defy, where you can order food in Taco Bell's mobile app and then immediately scarf down your 5 spicy potato soft tacos in the parking lot. And I think those are still on the value menu, but it's not a dollar menu anymore, and has gone from $1, I think, to $1.29, I believe, last time I checked on the spiced potato soft tacos. Let's see. Taco Bell Defies the newest Frankenstein monster from the company that is hell-bent on creating as many different food combinations as possible from the same set of ingredients. According to the company, the new drive-thru concept broke ground last summer and is now finally opened in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, as a 2-story building with kitchen operations located above a 4-lane drive-thru. Defies Taco Bell's move toward an emphasis on mobile app orders to reduce drive-thru times. Customers encouraged to order on the Taco Bell mobile app and scan their order's QR code when they arrive at the drive-thru line. All right. Oh, and so that's what they mean. That's what they mean by shooting the Mexican pizza through a tube, because that way it'd be just like the bank thing where the vacuum tube comes down there. Let's see. The author of this article is not so sure that's the future. The mission to get people their food faster is admirable, but it's predicated on assuming customers actually invested in the company's app. Anecdotally, every time I order Taco Bell, which is way more than I care to admit, I use the app. My friends usually either have no idea it exists or don't want to use it. And I can see that being the case for most people. If Taco Bell wants Defy to work, it's going to have to put more effort into promoting the app, as well as ironing out the inevitable kinks that will come with semi-automated food service. All right. Yeah, I mean, the problem with that is because guess what? You know, Taco Bell's over there saying, oh, use our app. But guess what the problem is? Every other company in the world also has an app. I ain't trying to install 800 million apps on my phone. I don't know about any of you people, but yeah, I don't like to install 8 million apps on your phone. I do that user testing thing and it constantly asks, do you have this app on your phone? No, I don't have that app on my phone. All right, this from the Washington Post.com. Oh, can I not see it? This was what? Empty wallets, people running out of gas, something like that. Prices leave drivers stranded. Now, if you ain't got gas money, and if you can't afford a tank of gas, you do got problems. So we can't read this, so we don't know what the rest of it is like. This is from the USA Today. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac take steps to make it easier to make a home. And when they get involved in helping you get a home, it's always bad news. Usually, let's see what they did this time. In a historic move, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac announced changes to battle system racism that has blocked people of color from home ownership. If the systemic racism is that they don't have enough money to afford a house, then that's not racism. That's incomeism, maybe. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are rolling out a credit reporting system that factors in paying rent in the credit worthiness score. All right. I mean, I guess that's not bad. Other measures include down payment assistance, improved underwriting guidelines. Hopefully, improved underwriting guidelines doesn't mean go ahead and give them the loan anyway. Hopefully, that's not it, because we know what happened with that last time. Reserve funding for emergencies and lowering mortgage insurance premiums. All right, and again, whenever they try to make it easy for the little man to do it, sometimes the little man shouldn't be given a loan. So, way back to when I was a kid with the everybody ought to have a house thing. No, everybody should not. Everybody cannot afford it because everybody doesn't have a job that pays enough for them to get a house. All right, that's from CNBC. Make It. Jim Cramer here. He's the investment guy over there, I think. Troy Story ain't got time for all the maps. There are fortunes made in crypto. Why Jim Cramer recommends buying Bitcoin or Ethereum with one caveat. I was curious to see what the caveat was. I didn't think he was a Bitcoin Ethereum guy. But let's see. I can't tell you not to own crypto. I own Ethereum. Well, there you go. Kramer initially bought it. In case you can't hear it, it's falling a flood here in the OH. That means it's raining hard. I had to buy it in Ethereum, so they wouldn't. Kramer initially bought it in order to bid on an NFT or non-fungible token at a charity event. They wouldn't let me do dollars. I had to buy it in Ethereum, so I researched it, and it's got some qualities I like. He argues that the crypto's long-term value is its timeliness as a decentralized peer-to-peer currency that could be widely adopted over time. Could be is a big stretch there. Decentralized peer-to-peer currency. Government's going to regulate it more and more. Recommends Bitcoin and Ethereum, which have the largest followings and seem the most legitimate. Right, because there are billions of different kinds of virtual currency. How do you know which ones are going to stick? How do you know which ones? I mean, the Bitcoin and the Ethereum do have the largest following. So, let's see. Owning crypto can also be a good short-term bet that takes advantage of the momentum from swings in its price, especially since there are many enthusiastic investors in the space who are willing to buy high. So he's telling you to be a gambler right there, basically day trading those. So here's the catch. You must admit that it's speculative and you know your bet might not be payoff. Exactly. It doesn't have the track record of the stock market. So you can't say it'll make 10 to 12% like the S&P 500 averages every single year. No. Again, people don't understand the average every single year. That doesn't mean that last year it made 10 to 12% or that this year it's going to make 10%. That means it averages over its life. And back when it was making 20 and 30, almost 30%, I think, that combined with this averages out to be 10 to 12. And that's because I don't have a graph to show you that. So you get the hand motions. That's some rain right there, dog. Let's see. Because of risk, Kramer says you should never borrow money to own crypto, right? Borrow for your house, borrow for your car, don't borrow for your car. Don't borrow for crypto. Cars go down in value too much, house goes up in value, so that's why Dave is fine with you getting a home mortgage. Allocating no more than 5% of your investments to crypto, as well as up to 5% in gold, another speculative investment. All right, so, okay, so now we understand what his caveat is there. And you're just to admit that, oh, all this could be gone. So, yeah. Which is not the case for the average of the stock market. Oh, let's see what we got from Bloomberg.com. More people are moving to Manhattan than before the pandemic. How about that? I often use stories here that go against what you would think would be happening because of the high prices there, the high cost of living, the crazy rents. But it says New York City's making a comeback after the U.S. was briefly frozen by the pandemic. The city started to see more movement than the rest of the country, much of it in one direction. How's the song go? Oh, that's what makes you beautiful. One Direction out. Now that migration out of many New York City neighborhoods has reversed. All right. In fact, even as the city's population is still decreasing, more households are moving into Manhattan now than were moving in before the pandemic in 2019, according to moving data provided by Melissa, a global data intelligence and address analytics company. All right, fun name for a analytics company. All right, so they're saying the population's decreased, but more households are moving in. So I guess those households have fewer than the average or old average anyway amount of people in the household. New York City had one of the largest declines in the first stage of the pandemic and one of the fastest rebounds. Okay. There's a nice fun graph. Inflow and outflow. I think that's about all we need from here. Brooklyn and Manhattan. Alrighty. Alright, this is breaking news. CNBC.com. We'll check on the futures in a second. The NFL's Denver Broncos have agreed to sell the team to a Walmart heir and his family. Denver Broncos and the Walton-Penner family, led by Walmart heir Rob Walton, have entered into a purchase and sale agreement to take over the team. The family will acquire the Broncos from the Pat Bowlen Trust in a deal reportedly worth $4.65 billion, a record for an American sports franchise. Alrighty, and let's check that. So the story was right that the after-hours trading is down for everything. 0.77% down the Nasdaq and the Dow, and the S&P down 1.04%. But by tomorrow morning, when it opens, market opens, that could be all different. Boom, boom, boom. Why people's moving there? That's a good question. I didn't get that. in there. So, this is from studyfinds.org. Rare NFTs can quickly lose value as collectors get bored. And that's what you want in an investment, right? You want people to get bored with it so it loses value from what you bought it for. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs, are all the rage right now. The kids love it. Like cryptocurrency, these unique digital images can skyrocket in value, with some costing collectors thousands. My camera fell. Let's make sure I'm still framed up. There we go, close enough. Costing collectors thousands and even millions of dollars. While rare NFTs generally become much more valuable, a new study finds rarity isn't everything in this digital marketplace. In fact, the sheer demand for rare NFTs can actually destroy their value. Because NFT trading records are public, they offer a remarkable chance for us to look at why people perceive certain things as valuable and how those changes over time Okay, studyfinds.org. If you need a proofreader, doc, that is the sentences didn't change, or this was supposed to be perceive certain things as valuable and how those change over time. And that would be the end of the statement from him. But it looks like it had another fragment to go there, maybe. In this study, the team examined a set of NFTs called the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Just like a stamp collection, this NFT set contains 10,000 computer-generated cartoon ape images, each with different accessories, clothing, and fur colors. The more unique the Bored Ape is, the rarer the image becomes. Meanwhile, more common apes hold less value on the NFT exchanges. It's like Pokemon, right? They're like stamp collecting, okay? The study finds that when the Bored Ape NFTs arrived, apes with the rarest features quickly skyrocketed in value, and every collector was looking for them. However, this actually backfired for people looking to invest in these images. Researchers found that because rarer NFTs were more valuable, they also became more visible, essentially making them much more common. Today, a newcomer to Bored Ape trading sees these rare apes everywhere and perceives them to be much more common. Interesting that, in fact, they are. That creates a puzzle. How can people be expected to learn about a new category when their experience of that category is dominated by the rarest examples? And that just goes you to show that perhaps they didn't, when they thought of this NFT thing, maybe they didn't think it through completely. Maybe. Troy Story thought NFTs were losing steam. So if you just let us know. Yeah, I always, nobody ever calls me Troy Story. I offer all these, because I find at least one mistake a day in when I do articles. Fun fact: article is a word you cannot use in the Ramsey, almost said subreddit. I mean in the Ramsey show YouTube chat. Cannot use article, so I use stories when I talk about it in there. This from MSN.com. A Missouri woman says she caught STD in a car. Auto insurance to pay out $5.2 million. Missouri Court of Appeals has affirmed that an insurance company must pay $5.2 million settlement granted to a Jackson County woman who claimed she unwittingly caught a sexual transmitted disease from her former romantic partner in his car. An opinion issued Tuesday, a 3-judge panel, Kansas City, Missouri, found that the judgment entered against Geico. Geico didn't have anything to do with what the insurance company sought to undo the action, claiming errors were made in Jackson County Circuit Court. Oh, you would think. And the settlement agreement was not done in line with Missouri law. According to court papers, the woman, identifying court records only as M.O. Uh-oh. We know an M.O. in the Ramsey show YouTube chat. Notified Geico in February of her intention to seek monetary damage, alleging she contracted HPV, the human papilloma virus, I think that's right, from an insured member in his automobile. She continued the man caused her to be infected with the STD despite being aware of his condition and the risk of unprotected sex. Insurance company declined the settlement, sending the case to arbitration. That is crazy. So if you get your STD in public, can you get money from the government for that? If it's in somebody's house, their house insurance going to pay for that? That's so crazy. That is crazy. Maybe that could be a new segment. I could try to find stuff like this, and the name of the segment could be, "That's crazy." That's just crazy. What up, Cray J? How's it going? Speaking of crazy, that's just crazy. In May 2021, the arbitrator found that the man and the woman had sex inside his vehicle that directly caused or directly contributed to cause the HPV infection. The man was found liable for not disclosing his infection status, and the woman was awarded $5.2 million for damages and injuries to be paid by Geico. That is crazy. That's crazy. I'm gonna make that a highlight. That's gonna be a highlight, and that's gonna go viral. I should put that on the talk too, and I won't be able to talk to you people anymore. I'll be above that by now. So one more time, that segment is called "That Is Crazy." All right, so let's see if the future's changed. Yeah. S&P went down another 0.01%, so it did change. Not the way I wanted it to, but, you know, at least that's not crazy. All right. Reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey, not run by Ramsey Solutions. Over on the, but just as crazy, over on the Facebook, the Ramsey Baby Steps community is run by Ramsey Solutions over there. But again, still so crazy. All right, let's see what we got here. I can't wait to make this highlight. Yeah, it's going to be again. Yeah, AJ, Cray J likes though. Brought to you by Cray J. Oh, I forgot to say today, the after show brought to you by D.H. Schumann. Thank you so much, D.H. I appreciate it muchly. How to incorporate pension funds with 401 funds. 401, like without the K on it, like Dr. Deloney calls it. Let's see. Hello, everyone. To start, I've been listening to Dave on and off for 5+ years, and this question has always bothered me. And I'm having issues finding an answer. So here I am looking for some advice. My wife and I are 33 with 3 children, 4 and twins that are 18 months. We have no debt except for our house, 5 years into a 30-year fix. Around $196K left. I'm making $75K a year. Wife makes $95K a year. A little bit of bags there happening. I believe I'm at what Dave calls baby steps 4 through 6. All right, and it just struck me as funny. I believe I'm at what Dave calls baby steps 4 through 6. I'm trying to balance everything. Yeah, if you have a full emergency fund, I don't see any mention of a full emergency fund, dog. All right, and trying to balance everything. I would like to have a decent chunk saved for a 4-year degree for all 3 kids, which is extremely hard for me to predict what that will cost. Yeah, I mean, you just take what it costs a state school in your state, what that costs for, or even starting at community college, add it up to what that costs right now, and then 20 years from now, you figure out what's the inflation rate supposed to be. Fed wants it to be 2%, so maybe figure 3 or 4%. And kick that up by 3 or 4% a year, and that'll be your cost. And then you divide that by for each child, divided by however long it will take them to get to 18. So 14 years for the one child, and the 18-month twins, less than that, almost the full 18 years. 16.5 is the math on that. I did that. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Steve said he won't talk to... I was kidding, Troy Story. You know I can't help but talk to anybody that pays attention to me, so you know that's bull. Let's see. AJ says, one day when I'm rich, I'll donate, but then Coach will be extra rich. I don't know. You have the benefit of time there on your side, AJ, since you're still a baby, unlike some of us. All right. AJ maintains the right to change his mind. Sure. Like Troy Story said, fair enough. All right. Where were we? Oh, my main concern is that I'm paying 9% into a pension as a state employee. Every year I work, I get 2.5%. So most work for 35 years and get their 87.5% of their last 3 years' salary with no penalty and retire. On top of the 9%, I'm attempting to max out my 403 and put an additional 24% into that, way above the 15%. You're supposed to do 15% and only 15%, and then work on those other baby steps, which are the 5, which are for kids' college, and 6, which is pay off the house early. And you don't go above the 15 for that. What you're going above the 15 for that will go into those other baby steps. But let's see, wife started working 2 years after I did, has a 401k with her work, which we put 6% into. They match 50% up to 6%, and there's around 50k in that fund. Okay, so as far as a pension, I think Dave says counted for half of what is going into that, or like disregard it completely. So do 15% of investing outside of that pension, and the pension is just gravy on the biscuit, or consider it half or somewhere in the middle. Where's Sid at when I need her? I feel like he says consider that half. So that would be 4.5, and then so you could do 11.5 overall, other than that. So, but it's household income. So I mean, you can splitting it up with the wife's 401k, having her do 15% as well into that, and you doing 15% of that would equal 15% household, but you can work out that math on your own. Also putting money in a 529 account, that's for the thing, and throw lump sums into it every 6 months. Any extra money, we have over 40k in our savings. I split up into 3 and equally divided. Okay, so but you're not doing the baby steps. I mean, you're like addressing all of it, but you're doing it in the wrong order. It's 15% of household income into retirement. And like I said, Dave says count the 9% as half, or 0 even, and let it all be gravy on the biscuit. But the idea is 15% for that, and then whatever you need to save up for college. Do the math and have that much money, and having that much money, if you need a little bit more at that point, if you paid off the house, should be able to cash flow the rest of it if you need more. So that's the idea on that. Mortgage paid just the minimum every month due to low interest rate and historic returns of the stock market. We don't do that. This is probably the only thing I disagree with Dave on. Nope, it's not. Apparently, because of the way you're doing it. Don't get on him too hard. That's what you said. Just find it hard to pass up that component. With all that said, out to account for the 9% I'm putting toward retention. Again, half, or let's see if somebody see if somebody mentions that Sid's still not showing up. Probably, maybe she might be walking again today, walking. Yeah, ignoring your pension contribution, 15%. Yeah, so yeah. Calls that gravy on the biscuit and says either not counted in the 15% or only count half. Aragona 36, baby step 7 agrees with. Yes, who here agrees with me? All right. Why would I focus on throwing more money into her 401k until mine is maxed? My thought is 9% on around 150 is more than 9% on around 50. So just keep pumping money into the larger one. I don't think math works like you think it works. Paying 9% into a pension. Yeah, that's the amount you're putting into it, not that it pays out. Every year I work, I get 2.5%. So most work for 35 years. On top of the 9%, I'm gonna say, yeah. The math doesn't work like you think it works. The amount you put in is not the amount you're making on it. So yeah. AJ is a gravy snob, we found out. So that's that. So I was proven right again by some random person on the Reddit. Thank you so much. Other people have opinions, but we did find out that this person has no idea how it works. Because this is the 9% is what he's putting into it. It's not matched completely. It's not 100% match. It says every year work I get 2.5%. So must work for 30 years. Oh, get their 87.5% of their last 3 years salary with no penalty on retirement. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it may still be more, but it doesn't work like this person thinks it works. I do not think it means what you think it means. All right, need a reliable car, but only have $1,000, $2,000 to spend. What should I do? You get a car for $1,000, $2,000. Take it to a shop, preferably one that looks at it for free, in exchange for hopefully getting your business to fix whatever's wrong with the car. All right, and we've done all those. So, and that's crazy. All right. I'm gonna have to make a little logo now too. Gosh, I hate making logos and thumbnails and editing and such. That's why I do everything live. All right, upcoming streams. I know there is supposed to be Old Man Video Gaming tonight, but there's Obi-Wan, which I think the episode is just 36 minutes, by the way. Interesting. Obi-Wan tonight. And then it is ex-girlfriend whiskey / movie night. How about that? Kind of weird, but it seems to be working out so far. We'll see. Wish me luck. Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Comes on right after the Ramsey Show is over, and that's this show. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Tech Support with Coach Steve Money. It's after Troy Story's bedtime. Otherwise, I'm sure he would come check that out sometimes. I did do a bonus Old Man Video Gaming last night, and I still could play tonight. It just depends on how life is after movie night, and how late that goes, and how tired I am, etc., etc. If not, I'm sure I'll probably do another bonus Old Man Video Gaming tomorrow, if I don't do that tonight. So Troy Story's going to stay tuned on that. All right, fair enough. AJ had to bounce. He had to run. Hopefully he took the truck. Or just walk to the kitchen to prepare some meat like he normally has to do. All right. And I should figure out something else to do, since I'm not doing the Curse of Oak Island recaps. Maybe there's another. Let me see what the next highest rated History Channel show is, and maybe recap that one. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. My plugs again. Top of the chat, video description below. Also on the right side of my YouTube banner here, you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation with me. I am a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and if you've got money problems, or if you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you should take advantage of this free, no strings attached consultation assessment. So you click on the financial coaching, you click on that. You can change the month if you want. July 4th, why not? Independence Day from your money troubles too. You click on the time you want, and Calendly to let me know when you would like that appointment, and I will email you back to let you know what information I need in order to accurately financially assess you. And if I have that information ahead of time, the reason I do that is that way we can spend the session talking about it all instead of me having to figure out some of the stuff at that time. And so I can figure it all out ahead of time, and we can just have the discussion about it. PayPal, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. That's for donations like D.H. Schumann did, and much appreciated. And he sponsors the Ramsey Show, Aftershow show. Instagram, add me on the gram, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can email me, CoachSteveMoney@gmail. Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. No spaces. Thrown off by this crazy story we had earlier. Instagram, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. Email is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. And you can email me about the financial stuff, about Ramsey in particular stuff, about Oak Island, about video gaming, about computer stuff, about the songs, if you'd like to sing some of these songs. Today I did the Baby Step song and the Rachel Cruz song. And so if you'd like to sing, especially the Baby Step song, I've been singing almost 9 months now. And so if somebody else would like to hear that, to sing that, I would love to hear somebody else sing that. And I also have a highlights thing, and highlights will, tomorrow at some time, will include the This Is Crazy segment. Or no, That's Crazy segment. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Subscribe, like, and comment. Subscribing is the best thing that can help me as I strive to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. So at that point, I can get a couple bucks from YouTube a month, maybe. And then that way I can also get super chats, which is people like to do that because then they can see their name in the chat as having donated. How about that? But until then, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money for that. Alrighty, make smart, crazy decisions and smart financial decisions every day.